Hello, we're back. So, the other day, I recorded a video where I talked about the Tiny Chef show, and I kind of talked about how children's media and TV plays a special role in my life. I really enjoyed talking about that, and I had a lot of fun researching it, and I was down my special interest hole, and so I watched all the episodes of the show. And then I watched all the episodes on YouTube and kind of just, I really enjoyed sitting down and watching something so simple and simplistic, and with the world being so chaotic, seeing a tiny little green guy, um, cooking and doing all kinds of little adventures was phenomenal. So, the team who makes the show is incredible. This show is incredible. So if you still haven't, you need to check them out. And you can watch the Tiny Chef show. But what I want to share today is that something very exciting happened since the last time I recorded this video. So they have been saved. Um, the Tiny Chef show raised over $100,000. If you have not seen their post about that, they raised a lot of money to be able to support themselves and support the show. As I said, we promise that this is our last call to action for you to sign up to the Chef's fan club. If you haven't, you should, because you get some adorable little mail. The team is going to turn the tiny cameras back on in Chef's Chew Stump because you have saved Tiny Chef. The outpouring of love and messages and fan art and donations have truly meant the world to the team. We are excited to get back to work and capture Chef's next journey from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. So Tiny Chef, they've been campaigning a couple of days, and they saved him. He raised over $100,000, and I think that's really really awesome. That just a little show like this has 5 million followers, and that supporting little things like this matter. But when we talk about children's TV and we talk about what children watch on the internet, um, it can be really important and crucial that they have a safe environment to watch things in. Because even though people my age, we talk about we had unfettered and access to the internet. If you were a 2000s kid, you probably did. Um, and how the internet isn't. I mean, sure, the internet maybe never was a safe place, but it really isn't now with all kinds of people on the internet doing things that they shouldn't do and involving children. Um, so having a safe and protective environment and safe shows to one, you should be always monitoring what your children are watching, but two, having these kind of things like this is super super important, and I think it's a valuable asset to have a show that children can watch and enjoy, and even grown-ups, because I don't even need a grown-up, but I fell in love with this show, and I think that having something like this is super super important and super super cool that you have something for children to watch and to come upon. um I'm gonna segment real quick to something else I wanted to talk about, which I didn't pre-plan, but when it comes to TV, let's see, two, um, I'm gonna tell you what I think about some of the shows we used to watch as, what shows that I used to watch as a kid. We're gonna review a little bit because I think this is gonna be a fun little ad, because also this video is only 3 minutes long. Uh, so stop it, Google. Some of the things that we used to watch. I'm gonna tell you what I think about some of them. So, Cyber Chase. This was a fave. A fave. I used to watch this at my grandma's house in the afternoon because it's come on at 4:30. I think, or was it 5:30? I don't remember, but it was in the evening, and it definitely taught us about math and science, and I loved it. Max and Ruby. I don't think people really understood Max and Ruby. I feel like now as an adult, I think we've misunderstood that Max maybe probably just was neurodivergent and not a bad child. But we didn't know about neurodivergent. I mean, we did, I guess, but it was a respected kind of thing. The Wonder Pets, of course, banger theme song. I kind of remember this show, but I was really, really small. But I feel like I would appreciate it now. I've watched this randomly. Very good. Miss Spider, this is a top tier, a fave of mine, for real. Phineas and Ferb, came back. World Education. The Backyardigans, a hit. This is one that few shows my grandma would tolerate. Um, it had a lot of catchy songs. I had a friend of mine, and we used to just go watch these as an adults because the songs used to be kind of hard. World War, I do remember this a little bit. He taught you about words. Fairly Odd Parents, always a banger. Super Why, always a good one. Charlie and Lola, I feel like I like the show, but like we had an argument one time in school, in high school, about was Charlie a boy, and we were like, it was pretty obvious, but you know, whatever. I guess Jimmy Neutron and Oswald. I like this one, a nice, you know, low stimulating. Totally Spies. I only ended up watching Totally Spies like in the past year or so because I was not even born when this came on. Shit, the Silence Kid, a banger. Kind of remember Green Lanny, but I didn't watch a lot of Cartoon Network. Um, let's see. I was trying to find. I was gonna go to going through these. You know, if you grew up evangelical, you cannot watch Wizards of Waverly Place. So I feel like I need to watch this again as an adult and tell you what I think about it. I liked these. Good choices, of course. These are all just like good shows. I loved Angelina Ballet. I only did ballet for a year because the group I was with was homeschooled, so they moved the time back to accommodate the homeschool kids, but not me. So my dance career was short lived. Um, of course, these are all good. Doodle Bops. When they tried to animate them, they did not do well with that. Um, Way down here is a top Jake and Dodge. Who could forget Jake and Dodge? My mom and I still talk about the really big shrimp. If you don't remember really big shrimp and the treehouse one, yes. Um, of course, I feel like I fetch. You know, classic. Hold on, fetch for Fuffman. Banger. We all wish we could have been on that show. World, very good. Um, I like Nihao Kailan. I feel like they did a computer game you could play, and I feel like next time we make a video, we're gonna do see if we can try the Wayback Machine and see if we can like see some of these games we used to play. I used to play because I was computer addicted, y'all, real bad. When I used to, as a kid, I used to play on the computer for hours. It's probably why I ruined my eyesight. But anyway, Little Eyes. This is my show, okay? When I was a child, this was my favorite show of all time, okay? Like, I took piano, I played piano for about 8 years or so, maybe longer than that. Maybe closer to 10. But this show was my musical foundation, and I got really, really good at music reading because the other children who didn't watch the show could not sight read as fast as I could, and I was like the record of sight reading for my piano teacher. Like, you don't understand the chokehold this show had on me. Like, you don't understand, okay? This was like the first show I used to ever watch. I have Pat Pat Rocket, and I accidentally gave my Pat Pat Rocket away, so then I bought another one on eBay, okay? Like, I like collecting things. We'll go through my collectibles another day. I feel like that would be fun. Go Diego Go, I guess, was gonna Peppa's an icon, but wasn't a show I watched as a kid until I was older. We talked about Max and Ruby a little bit. This one kind of I like this show. Because it kind of came on. No, yes, they kind of came on the same time as My Little Pony, but we did not have not seen My Little Pony in this list yet of 2000s media. Um, The Emperor's New School was it like I don't remember much about it, but I do remember it was an icon there. It was a great show. Tigre, great. Special Agent Osa, if you don't remember him, yes. Um, yes. So when it comes to like shows I used to watch as a kid, I watched a lot of TV, and I love TV, and TV was really really cool to me. And when it comes to like shows to watch, I think my favorite current day. Actually, let's see what shows have come out in 2020 and see what do I think. Have I watched any of these? Stop it, Google. I don't care. Of course, our icon, the Tiny Chef Show. Just out of curiosity, I love this little guy. Okay, if I need to see more of him in my life, I want to watch this. The New Figure Godparents at some point because I feel like it's really really important to make sure that shows that have representation of Black people, especially Black girls, that gets a lot of love and attention because sure we had some, but I feel like more is always necessary because you should always be able to see yourself in what you watch. I think it's a great philosophy to have. Um, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was the first one I used to watch when I was a kid. So I don't know what that's about yet. Patrick Star, I have not watched it yet, but I know that it exists, and I don't know. I forgot if it's a mixed opinion. The Owl House, loved it. If you have not watched The Owl House, you should. It's another show that was canceled too soon. I haven't watched a lot of these, but you know, when it comes to like TV and media, Thomas the Train did not look like this when I was watching him. Okay, they were like the stop, not necessarily stop motion. I guess they kind of were. They had the really creepy faces that are ingrained into my brain. Yes. If you don't remember that, then I don't know what you don't know. You must be probably younger than I am. But yes, when it comes to like TV shows, I haven't watched a lot of these, but I feel like this probably, we see representation is very important. Um, I liked like Winx Club didn't pop up in our list, but that was something I watched as a kid, and I really really enjoyed. I like Sonic Prime. I watched it a little bit. I grew up watching Sonic. This is not Barney, okay? This is not what Barney used to be in 2000, the early 2000s. All right. Um, if y'all, my first birthday party that my parents had for me was Barney. Okay, So Barney is an icon in my head, even though I kind of was terrified of puppets and like stuff like that. So Barney was kind of scary, but I watched him nonetheless. Um, I guess I wish I had better prepared myself, because I kind of just got on here and started yapping because I wanted to make a video. But I think, once again, I think what we started at was that like saving Tiny Chef show is important, because when we talk about media and shows that we watch, we always want to have a good choice for our children and young people to watch. Because this little guy is adorable, like his little heart glasses. They've been campaigning a while to this is before he got the call. He was very nervous, and then he got the call. And this video has 400,000 likes. I couldn't remember what K was. So follow the Tiny Chef show. So I feel like check him out. Give him some love. You can send in a little email. You can buy some of the merch. I bought a little bit of merch myself. The plushie isn't available, but when it is, will be purchasing one Tiny Chef show. I feel like that's it. I'm gonna stop yapping because that's all I got for right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm getting into starting creating content again, so I don't really know what's going on yet, but I'm figuring it out nonetheless. So I want to thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and so much love to you. Have a great, wonderful day.